abuse or aggression that is perpetrated against an individual by an intimate partner.
For me, intimacy doesn't only involve like the sexual part of intimacy. It involves someone you're interested in intimately, someone you wanna, because intimacy again is not just sex, it's the conversations you have with one person that you don't necessarily have with everyone else.
Behavior that can be physically, emotionally, verbally, financially, spiritually, or even sexually abusive.
Much of it manifests through controlling behaviors, like a partner denying you access to financial resources, stalking you, trying to determine the kind of people you should hang out with, and also like just isolating you from your friends. There are also instances of blackmail or threats of being outed, like if you don't stay with me, if you leave me, I'll tell your parents or your friends or your employers that you're queer. Also, there's the issue of psychological abuse, where this person, like, because this person knows you live in a homophobic or transphobic society, they drill it into your mind that no one else can love you, that they're the only ones that can love you, so you have no option but to stay with them. And over time, like if you stay there long enough, you might actually start to believe that. Also, physical violence is quite rampant, especially where drugs and alcohol are involved.
I haven't gone through any kind of physical violence when it comes to intimacy, but I've gone through probably emotional and financial intimate partner violence. So yes.
Yeah, I've been a survivor of intimate partner violence.
Yes, I've experienced some intimate partner violence myself, and I also know people.
In relationships, everything is overlooked or not talked about enough because people think that women cannot harm each other.
I feel it's because we have a very heteronormative idea of abuse.
The heteronormative way of thinking is that a man, because he's masculine, he's more powerful, and so when you think of violence, it's a man who makes some violence on a woman. That's how it's registered.
We do not see women or female bodies as abusers. They're always like painted as the victims. Abuse is talked about in very binary terms.
Why is it we in their relationship often overlooked and not talked about? People are scared of shame, of what people will say, of how people will look at them.
It's like society and the media has painted queer people as this people who prey on others, like abusers. So because of that, we're always reluctant to add to that narrative. Like there's no way I'm going to tell society that queer people also beat each other up or psychologically abuse each other, like it's to pay a bad rep or something. But the more we are silent about it, the more like people suffer within it. Like there are no avenues for reporting this when we are silent about it. Also talking about the protection thing, we have this thing where you tend to protect your friend. Like kama ingekuwa nani ninge report, but since it's my friend, there's no way my friend could have beaten you up. There's no way my friend could have done this to you, which creates this environment where the survivors or the victims find themselves kicked out of their communities for speaking out, while the abusers are shielded and protected.
The reason why we don't talk about it so much is because if I tell one friend of mine, this story will be all over in our community. And at the end of the day, I will not get the solution, but rather I'll get more frustration.
Even when an incident comes to the public, like maybe someone shares the experience of being violated on Facebook, it's almost as if everyone tends to empathize with the perpetrator.
I mean, heteronormativity and patriarchy has taught us that. And so we take a lot from that. And when people come to us and tell us they've been abused, we almost somehow, I never really understand, but we almost somehow are ready to ask, what happened? not only the bigger sphere of gender-based violence in general does not speak about IPV in queer relationship, but also us as queer people, we don't speak about it. All of that is encapsulated in the fact that we also have a government that criminalizes us. So every time, in as much as we'd have people who want to speak about it, who do you speak to? Because then how can you guarantee safety if your government can't provide that safety in case you're at risk?